Welcome to NSR Talks, and today we're going to be discussing why, as a man, you need to be alone. Now, we live in a generation of a lot of man-childs and a lot of boys that look like men, but they're not actually men. A lot of men are terrified of being alone. A lot of men think that they have to have this big friend group, that they have to have a gang or a clique to feel like they belong to something, like they're accepted. And this all comes from insecurity and a lack of independence. As a man, your independence is all that you really have. Like, you don't want to ever have to rely on a woman, or worse, rely on your mom or your parents, especially at 30, 25, whatever. And I'm not judging people. I know things happen, like sometimes you probably have to move back home, something happened. But at the end of the day, as a man, you should be alone. You should be independent. You should have your own money, your own job, your own business, your own everything. Because when you have to rely on other people, that opens up a gateway for you to be manipulated and for you to be controlled. And a lot of men, they don't realize that most of their friends are fake. A lot of your family members don't really care about you. They just want to use you, or they just want to feel like they have power or control over you. And when you don't have your own stuff, a lot of people can take advantage of you. And to be honest, you're really take advantage of other people if you don't have your own stuff, because if you don't have your own money, now you got to ask your mom for money. You got to ask your friends for money. If you don't have a job, how are you going to pay your bills? Or how are you going to help your mom pay bills? And there's a lot of men living like that these days, living in their mom's basement. And then the worst thing about it is these men are still trying to date and still procreating. And then now the kids don't have their parents to take care of them because their dad lives with their mom. And as a man, you should be focused on building your life up, being independent, and having your own stuff. Because there's no better feeling as a man to know that you got your own stuff. You got your own car, your own money, your own house, your own apartment, your own studio, whatever works for you, so that when you do start dating and you do get a woman and you vet her and that's your woman, you have actually a place to bring the kids into. You have a place to bring the woman into, and you're not relying on the woman to take care of you, because a lot of dudes are in relationships so they can have a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? Because these dudes, they don't prioritize independence. They prioritize dating and having sex. And then they lose focus and they lose their path on what they really need to be doing as a man, and that's building an empire. As a man, your whole goal is to build your own empire. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Even if you have a used car, it don't matter. If your car is a car, a job is a job. A lot of dudes, they have a lot of pride. If they're not driving in a top Benz, then they think that they're failing. No. Get a beater car, get a used car until you get on your feet. Do what you got to do to be independent. In this world, people don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have a lot of people don't have their mom. A lot of people can't rely on their mom or their parents or their family members. A lot of people are on the streets and don't have nothing, and they're living in a tent. I'm from LA, Skid Row. You see so many people that just, they don't have nothing. All they got is that tent, and their life is like, that's all their life is. But I believe anybody can make a comeback. It's all, no matter where you go, no matter how down you are, you can always make a comeback. I don't care if you lost $1,000. I don't care if you lost $5,000. You can make it back, but you got to make the choice, and you got to prioritize, being independent and building a life of your own. Don't listen to society. Society's going to steer you the wrong way. Society's going to tell you that you need friends. Society's going to tell you that you need to be married right away when you're not established. Society's going to tell you that you need to be driving the newest car. Society's going to tell you that you need the newest gadgets. Society's going to tell you that you need to go to college for 8 years for not even a guaranteed job. Always look within yourself and follow your own path and know where you're going in life, because if you don't, you're going to end up living with your mom for the rest of your life. And then what if something happens to your mom? Then what? Don't rely on anybody. Everything you need is within you. Everything you need, all the answers are in you. You got to look within, and you got to be a man. and build your empire. On this channel, I'm teaching independence. I'm teaching strength. On this channel, we don't rely on women. We don't rely on our parents. We rely on the only person that we truly can rely on, and that's ourselves. As a man, you must be alone until you build your empire, and then you can start bringing people into your life when you're ready and you're established, because most people are just going to take you off your path anyway. You know, a lot of people, they're going to try to impose their will on you. They're going to try to impose their dreams on you and try to make you follow their program. But no, create your own program, create your own wave. This is your life. As a man, you must be alone. This has been NSR Talks. Thank you guys for coming through.